Anyways, I have questions prepared for today. Ready?
Yeah.
If you could have superpowers, would you use it for good and evil? And what would the superpower be?
Good and evil?
Or
Or
you choose.
if I had superpowers, I would use it for good and evil, of course. No,
Okay,
I'm kidding.
explain the good and the evil.
No. I mean, like, the good would be like to rob a bank. No, the evil would be like to rob a bank.
I love that for you.
The evil would be to rob the bank, and then I'll use the money like Robin Hood, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just give to the poor, but I'm also the poor.
But what would your superpower be?
Something cool, like absorption. Like, if this was a power, it would be cool.
What do you mean?
The concept of absorbing things.
Can you explain?
Let's say I need to rob the bank. I walk in, the bank teller, I'm like, I'm here to rob the bank. She's like, you can't do that. I'm like, hold up a sec. Like, I touch like the glass that's like dividing me and her, and then like I absorb it.
Okay.
Like, it just goes, and now she's like, oh God, I'm scared. What are you? And then I'll be like, shh, it's okay. And then I just like ding, and then she gets absorbed. And then she's gone. And then I just
I've
walk my
literally
way towards the vault, and then just touch the vault.
Never
and it gets
had
absorbed.
heard anyone say their power would. I can't speak today. Wow. I just mean, what the fuck is absorption?
If you've seen Ben 10, it's kind of like that.
No, but I know what it is.
Okay, yeah, like there's this guy, Kevin, he touches something and he like absorbs that like material or something. But I don't want to become the material. I just absorb it, and it just goes in like a little pocket.
It would
of
be fun
space.
if you could just go into any element you want. I'm gonna
Kinda.
absorb the wall, and then now I'm the wall.
But in a way, it's cool. If you've seen The Good Place, it's like Janet's void. So anything I absorb goes to like that.
It's like the
void.
iCloud, your own
iCloud's
iCloud.
insane.
I don't know. I want to mind read. If I could know everyone's thoughts, then I can navigate the situation however I want to. So I don't know if that's evil, but that's just like power, you know? But I would probably like read people's like passwords and shit. Or sneak into places, hack the
How would-
NASA system, go to space.
Wait, how would that work?
I can like access your brain.
Okay, that's different.
Is that, I guess that's like a level up from
That's
mind reading.
different. Yeah, that's just
yeah.
like entering their mind.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever they're thinking, I have access to it. Like, it's not a good power to have, right?
I think what would make it truly evil is if you could just possess someone, you know, like you just
Be
go
in their
into
body?
their mind. Yeah, you mind and body.
I would do so much damage. We're already scheming and we don't even have this power.
Hey, at least with my power, I helped people.
Great. My power did not help anybody but myself.
I
Yeah.
really thought you were gonna.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I almost just dropped my iPad. I was kind of scared. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were?
Right into the next question.
How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? Why does that not make sense? But that makes sense to you, right?
Like mental age. 21.
Okay, why?
21's like kind of the last milestone you need before you have full access to like Earth.
That's
You know, you
insane.
can like drink.
That's insane to
You can
think.
vote.
The way you just said that, have access to the world. Wow, that's crazy.
I noticed there are two types of adults. Us, technically adults, and then there are the real adults. People that can change a tire, that know how to file taxes, that are okay with calling their doctors, stuff that like our parents would handle, like 401ks and retirement, like having a savings account. I don't have a savings account. Do you have a savings account?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. Real adults.
Not really. I've been feeling 19 since like I was 19. Maybe it's COVID or something, but I've definitely grown as a person, but I feel like I'm the same on that level. You know, 20s, you grow so much as a person. And I don't like the whole time I think I'm the same person, but people around me would say, oh no, you've grown a lot, or like you've been different in certain ways. And you don't notice it, but other people notice it. Isn't that so trippy? We're the only one experiencing it from our POV, but we can never perceive ourselves.
For me, it's like everything is just perfectly designed to keep me in the illusion that this is life. You know?
I think a lot of people think that way. I just feel too close. It's too close to home for me. I have a question to ask, and I don't know like where this is gonna go, but hold on. I'm loading. Just please. Do you think you know things, you see things, or you feel things?
I have to pick one.
Yeah.
I get the information with my eyes, and then from there, my brain kind of just runs a bunch of mini simulations.
Yeah, you always use the word simulation. Sorry.
Yeah, I run like a bunch of like mini simulations to anticipate
You
how
run
things
like
will
a
turn out.
computer.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Like, why am I designed like that?
No, but I guess
Dude,
that's
you
cool.
cut me open. I'm just like a bunch of like wires and
You
like,
are.
like, metal.
Because I don't operate the same way you do.
No, I think we talked about this on episode 1, right? How we're walking down the street and you don't perceive people, but I do, right? When I'm walking down the street and I like perceive like a person coming through, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they're like 60 feet away. I just have that information in mind and that's it. Like I just keep that in reference and then like, all right, 40 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet. Person passed. We survived this interaction,
how you
right?
live your life like that.
It's horrible. In that exact situation, what thoughts are going through your brain?
Like no thoughts.
No thoughts.
No
Like,
thoughts.
Empty.
I'll just be thinking in my own brain, like, of the inside world,
The inside world.
which is my own brain.
And what are those thoughts?
Like, if I'm on my way to get like a sweet treat, I'd think, oh my God, what should I get? Or I think I have to walk this way, so it's faster. That way it'd be slower. Or, oh my God, this song fucking slaps right now, and I'm like listening to music. I don't look at people. I don't know.
You
why.
don't.
I just don't care, I guess. I only look at them if there's something to be looked at. If I don't know you, you kind of don't really exist to me in my head. Of course you exist, but in my world that I live in, you don't exist. That's why when I go to like social events, I'm just thinking about myself and the person I came with or my friends that I know. But everyone else doesn't feel real until I have an actual conversation with them for like a bit and I learn more about them to know, okay, you're another human being with like a whole different life. Then I'd register in my head, you're real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We went to a rooftop party. There was a bunch of people, but as far as I'm concerned, only the two of us exist.
Only the
that
two of us
night.
existed.
Right?
These are just
Oh my
like
God.
filler people that the simulation put
Yeah.
on.
Okay, yeah.
Like people were dancing and stuff, but we both looked at each other and I think I said, like, I see that there are people dancing and like having like a good time, I guess, but they didn't feel real. They just felt like NPCs.
Yeah, because you don't know them.
And it goes back to like what people say all the time, how like modern clubbing and party culture is kind of like not the same as it was before.
It just feels very
Talk it
hollow. Like there's not
Yeah,
much
it's
to
so
it.
hollow.
The surrounding events to the actual going out
Are more fun
are
sometimes.
so much more fun.
like pre-gaming and
getting
stuff.
ready, preying with your friends, or afterwards with
Debriefing in the Ubers.
I don't know what we talked about, but I knew it was like profound, you know? Or it was like low-key life-changing. Drinking, it's kind of like, oh, you're drinking? Okay, I guess I have to drink too. It's less of like everyone, let's go drink. Like, let's get fucked up, you know? Like, I've never been that way, weirdly, and I don't know why.
Same. Well, maybe not exactly same. I feel like I've grown out of that.
I think we've grown out of it.
We're reaching the frontal cortex
The frontal
development
lobe.
age. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I just don't like the feeling of coming home and then waking up the next morning groggy and feeling like,
Yeah.
oh man, what happened last night, you know?
I don't like that. I think I'm starting to get like, what do people call it? The anxiety,
Oh, is that what they call it?
whatever. Like whatever you feel when you wake up in the morning and you feel anxiety from the night before because you were drinking.
If I make it home, that's a plus.
No, literally. Like I have my phone, my wallet. I make it home. I have my keys.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. I could not care less if I was embarrassing the night before, if I said something.
100%.
I could not give a fuck. But now it's different.
Now it's like I'm actually accountable for my actions. People will
I mean,
perceive
you've always
me.
been.
People will remember this. Why? You know?
Oh yeah. Do you ever feel like people aren't real?
All the time.
Me too.
All the time.
Me too. In my life, if I'm not super close to you, because you're super close to me, so I register you as 100% real in the flesh. But then if it's like someone I'm not super close to, maybe like 60% close, they're still real to me, but they're real to me when I put my attention on them. But once my attention on them is gone, they kind of don't really exist in my current world.
Have you heard of simulation like theory?
What is it?
Whatever you're looking at now, it's what's loaded in front of you, right?
Sorry, I don't understand the computer like metaphor,
The metaphor?
or whatever.
Basically,
The way you explain things, it does not work on my brain. I'm so sorry.
TLDR, nothing is real,
What's
but everything is
TLDR?
real. Too long, didn't read.
Sorry, I need to like, what? Can you pick
What
a
is
question?
this?
Pick a question. Pick a fun
This
question.
one just says fetch.
Pick like
This
a,
no, sorry, this one says French.
Oh, like what accent you rather have?
Is that what that means? Oh, I'm reading the answers.
No, read the question.
I'm reading the answer sheet down. So my question for you is, if you could invent something, like what would it be? Like you could have any invention in the world made, but you would make it, what would it be? I'll go first. In Spy Kids, it's kind of like a better version of an air fryer. It's a microwave. They just put like a little packet thing in. They just tell the microwave, I want you to make this into like a burger, right? So it just turns like little things into any food. And you don't have to cook it. Like you want a burger and fries, just put it in, press like 2 or whatever.
This is so
Boom.
American of you. Instant food, no effort, does nothing, and the food's just right in front of
But
you.
wouldn't that be so cool?
I guess.
Wouldn't you buy
I just
that?
don't really think
I
about
bought like 30.
credits to like Americans. The one thing you guys do so well is like making food that edible enough. I wouldn't say it's the most tasty, but edible enough with the least amount of effort and the most convenient. And that's what you guys do best, like fast food, instant, like frozen stuff. I don't even have a microwave growing up. I wasn't allowed to have a microwave growing up.
Allowed?
My mom was like, it would cause cancer or something. So she was just like, it's not a thing in this household.
In a way, she's not wrong, because while the microwave won't cause the cancer, the microwavable foods that you're eating kind of will. So, dude, I can't believe like I was eating like those fucking kid cuisines, the frozen ones with the fake pudding and the fake
That's
everything.
wild.
But I would like love that. I would eat that shit up.
I think you love it because you've had it since you were young.
Yeah, they really.
So it programmed you to like crave it.
They feed you the poison to sell you the cure, basically.
Yeah, because why are you so obsessed with ketchup? You know?
I run through like a bottle every 2 weeks.
Like, I understand if you're really passionate about like a dish that you make. But let's say I'm really good at making chicken parm, then I would want to go back to that, and like that would be my like passion. I'd be so obsessed with it. But I can't be obsessed over a condiment.
I mean, I like chicken
It's like
parm.
me being like, salt is just so fucking good. I need salt everywhere on my food.
It's not the same. Salt is not a
Yeah.
condiment.
Okay, what's another condiment? Like barbecue sauce.
Oh, I love barbecue sauce.
It's just barbecue sauce.
I'm not thinking, man.
It's
Let
just a
me take
part
a
of
shot
the
of ketchup
meal.
today when I get home. I'm not like that either. I'm just like, oh,
You are.
tater tots, ketchup, French fries, ketchup, chicken nuggets, barbecue
Ketchup.
sauce.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, your fixation with food is ketchup, and
Yeah.
what would my fixation be? Honestly, just like cuisine.
Crazy.
Like the whole cuisine in general. I can
Okay, you don't have to
certain
sound so
food.
snobbish about it because it just says food. Cuisine.
It's just the first word that came to my brain. I'm not trying to sound snobby.
Yeah, cuisine. I mean, that
Basically.
it does make sense for someone like you that does really enjoy cooking versus me that I'm
Yeah.
not the biggest fan of that.
Yeah, I wish you liked cooking because you did.
I used to. I really used to
You
like
used to
cooking.
care so much in college.
I did.
Remember?
I was good at it.
You would go to my apartment and we would make like pasta and stuff, and you would have like a say. You would have an opinion. You would be like, well, we have to add this, and then we have to add that, and cook it like that. But now you're just like, well, air fry that bitch, put it in the microwave, heat that bitch up. I don't care about the cooking process. I just want to eat.
Because now I have to cook to survive. I have to cook on a daily basis. I have to cook because I have to cook. Versus now it feels like another chore. It feels like washing dishes,
Yeah.
doing laundry.
Sometimes that feels like a chore, but then
Yeah.
I think 60-70% of it is like enjoyable for me.
And that's good. I like that because I'll always like come out of my room and I'll smell something like that you're making in the moment. And I'm like, what is that? That smells really good.
I think it was COVID. It was fully because I was so bored during COVID. I was at home all the time and I would just cook. And then it started becoming more enjoyable over time and I would want to like try different recipes. Now I don't do that anymore, but I think it made me enjoy the process a little bit more than thinking that it's like a chore, you know? I eat more like ingredients and eat more like prepared food.
100%. Like I buy first of all, this is such a plug to Target. They have really good shit. Like the ketchup I buy, that's the all organic ketchup.
talk about
Zero
ketchup
high
again.
fructose corn syrup. I'm such a fan. I buy like the prepackaged the ravioli. I get their frozen meatball stuff. All really good shit. Anything I can air fry is a win in my book. So that's my policy on food.
Would you rather in your life right now have 5 more friends
Okay.
or only be able to have 5 friends for the rest of your life?
Ooh, it's a really good question. Could you answer that first while I think about it?
This is such a boring answer because I would be okay with both. I would
No.
I know.
Don't be that person.
Actually, fuck it. I would have 5 more friends.
5 more friends, yeah.
As much as I'd be okay with having like 5 core friends for the rest of my life and have them be like my ride or dies, I would be so happy and fulfilled in that way. But having 5 more friends just seems more exciting, you know?
True.
So I think I'm gonna go for that. I think I'm gonna want like 5 core, like irreplaceable friends when I'm like older in life that I know I can fully count on and I don't need to meet like new people necessarily.
Yeah.
But since we're so young, of course I'm gonna want 5 more friends.
5 more friends.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I'm also going to say 5 more friends.
Okay. Cool.
Because that doesn't mean the friends you have now just get eliminated. They're just additional, right? And I think it'll be cool to have 5 more friends because the way I see everyone has like a different personality, a different life going
different
on.
purpose for the friendship has a
Yeah,
different purpose.
like we're not the same person, right? So in a way, I kind of like view that as, oh, they're like a TV channel.
What would my TV series name be?
Have not thought. I don't give you guys names, right? I just like, oh, I want to change the channel. Let me hang out with this person, right? And let me
I mean, that makes
let me
sense.
enter their world. Let me enter their show. Let's have a crossover episode. Like, or if I have like a friend that's really like athletic or something, it's like, oh, you know what? I kind of feel like watching sports today or something.
I see friends as like serving different purposes. Like some,
Serving different purposes.
yeah, like some friends, especially girls with their girlfriends, it's the best when it comes to like emotional support or like
Gotcha.
getting deep and talking about everything, and like it feels like therapy, but like in a really nice way. Like, that's how girl friendships feel like for me. But the closer the friendship is to me, the more purpose they serve in my life. They could be someone you can call up for fun activities, someone you can call out if you want to go on a night out, someone you want to call up if you're like going through and you want to talk to somebody about it, or somebody you can just do spontaneous shit with. Like, the more closer I am with you, the more we could do together.
I'm kind of just like, I want to be in your world for these next few hours. Why don't we, hang out and do something? I want to see how you live.
Would you love to have like a couple, like let's say 5 like super 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 close friends like later on in your life?
I
Or
think
would you
so.
rather like sporadic, like I'll meet people here, I'll meet people there?
No, I think I would want like 5 ride or die friends.
Me too.
I think it's really difficult when everyone has their own adult lives going on. If they have kids or a job or stuff going on in life that keeps them busy.
Your friends are like your family would be your friends.
Kind of, especially knowing me that I'll probably will not have kids in the future to keep me entertained. Having like a core group of 5 friends that are also ideally like childless would be fun.
If I'm single by the age of late 30s to 40s, I just want to live with like 5 of my best friends.
What did we always say? We would like get a mansion.
Can we please?
Yeah, we would get a mansion and then like everyone
Because that sounds like
lives together.
I want like case studies on this for people that has like done this and what their experience is like, because I'm so curious. Everything about it sounds perfect. Like, of course I could still go out and like have a relationship or like partners, whatever, but I don't need to live with them.
Yeah.
How fun is that? You live with your friends, but you go see them instead of living with them and go see your friends.
And
don't
everyone
know,
has
that
their own
sounds-
space.
Everyone has their own rooms, everyone has their own thing going on, but if we want to connect, we can connect in the
Yeah.
common areas. And that sounds so perfect. Like having like a cinema room or like a lounge room, and you can just go like, hey, I'll be the lounge room in 10, like come hang out, you know?
Yeah, like whoever wants to come. Can
And then
come.
if you don't want to hang out anymore, you go back to your room. But if you have a partner, I think you either love your partner to death and you want them in all your spaces. You want to like be in the same bedroom with them, do everything together. But sometimes that could be a little exhausting, I would imagine, if you were to do that for like years or forever in your life.
Is it bad that I've thought about this a bit?
It's not bad.
No, not that. But is it bad that if I ever date someone and we end up living together, I would want us to have our own bedroom, right?
I agree.
You know where this is going, right?
100%. Yeah.
But I would also like to have my own room
No, I 100%
Yeah.
agree with you.
because I want like my own space. Because
agree.
being with the same person 24/7 all the time, it's that same person, that same base, that same energy all the time.
You get bored or
I think I would get bored, or at least I would. If I get bored, I would need to like step out for a bit. But I don't want to go outside because I hate.
I need
to
a
be
breath
outside.
of fresh air.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
So like let me go to my room. Let me go to like my little void, my little happy place, and just like.
I think we
whatever.
both would like to retrieve back to our own space.
Yeah, it's such a recharge being in my room.
It's so like comforting for
Yeah.
me to be in my own space. So I totally understand you. And
Yeah.
if I ever have like a long-term partner or somebody that I'm going to get married to, I would 100% propose that we have our own rooms, our own corner of the house. But then when we want to get together, we would get together. And I would imagine like if we want to like spend the night together, we'll just go to each other's room. Do you want to go to your room today or you want to go to my room today? Like I remember when we first moved here, I was staying in an Airbnb before we got the apartment, and you were staying over for like a couple of days.
Well, we were apartment.
It was fun and everything was great, but I remember like maybe the third day of you staying over, in my head I would think to myself, I wish like you could go home. Have my own company and that's it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's like a little overwhelming, like sensory overload sometimes when you have like another human being in your space.
Especially if
Yeah.
you're like me and it's like silent, you kind of feel like you have to fill that silence, and then you force yourself to talk to them. This is me though.
Yeah.
You have to like say something, like break that silence.
Yeah.
And then it's like you kind of do this all the time now because this is the person you're living with. This is the person you decided to share your life with or whatever.
I also want to propose that we should all have our separate rooms.
I think that should just be normalized.
That should be so normalized.
It would be really beneficial if in the future we just destigmatized people live sleeping in separate rooms because
Casper for president.
Casper for president. Dude, wait, my dad does that.
He's a president?
No, like with my stepmom.
He sleeps in separate rooms?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think we might have a solution
Yeah.
to everything.
And I'm like, you don't think that's weird? And he's like, no, it works for us.
All the couple counseling therapists
But
are going to go out of business because this would just fix it all.
But
honestly.
my dad has been married. My dad has been married 3 times though. So maybe he's not the best person to
Do you
ask
ever
for.
envision yourself marrying multiple people in your life?
I don't even see myself married one time.
I'm starting to believe that I only want one person in my life.
That's good.
I don't want to ever marry twice. I want to marry that one person and let it be like it.
Like Endgame, like they're the one.
I want it to be like locked in. No questions about it. Just absolutely fucking locked in.
You're either one or the other. You're all or nothing. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And that's so interesting because I find myself going into the opposite direction.
What direction?
Where like you want one person forever. For the longest time, maybe up until like a few months ago, I thought that's what I wanted. That's what I had to look for. Yeah. Now I'm going in a direction where it's like waking up to the same face every day, the same everything, the same personality. Like at some point you guys are going to run out of things to like talk about and have in common because you get to the point where you both fully understand and know each other. What's new?
But isn't that beautiful though?
No, that's boring. That's routine. That's not exciting.
Like having such a
At least to me, if that's your thing, lovely, amazing.
like how do you see yourself?
I don't know. I don't.
Multiple partners?
But then there's like also the issue where like if I did have multiple partners, like now my time has to be divided amongst all these people.
That's a
And
lot
there's a lot of like
of
mental logistics behind that too. You know how what I told you like a few weeks ago?
What did
How
you
like
tell
me and you were like pretty close.
Yeah.
But you know, you just came into my life randomly one day
It was
by like
so
fate, by
random.
chance. I want that, but like for my romantic,
person.
yeah, you know, like yes, I'm on Bumble, Tinder, right? But it's like it would be nice if that person just showed up one day, you know, by chance, like at a coffee shop or whatever.
Would you say you're like romantic? Do you care about like
I'm pretty
Like-
romantic, but to get to that point of being romantic, I actually have to care about you. Like I would need to take a bullet for you. But I'm the type of person that takes care of the other if I'm like romantically.
do you like
invested.
fall in love fast or do
No.
you think you take a really long time?
I take a really long
Me
time.
too,
Like
me
to the
too.
point where it might be like, okay, maybe not too long, maybe like 3 months, but I take a while to like actually get to know a person, especially if I'm only seeing them a few times a week. I don't think that's enough. I need to see like more of them to get like a full understanding of how this person is and are we compatible. Like if you take me out to dinner and it's just A B, you know, question answer, I would be so uninterested. And I've been on like a few dates that have been like
were
that.
like that?
Yeah, where they just ask me like, where are you from? I tell them, I elaborate a little bit. They just acknowledge the information and then they ask me something else. But every day feels more or less like the same thing. Like you do dinner and a movie or an activity and dinner. It's never, hey, let's break into a church at midnight and, you know,
I know.
do something.
Why
or,
can't
like,
people match that energy?
yeah, like let's go on like the tracks of the train and, you know, take some cool pics there and like try not to get killed, right?
Yeah.
It's never something like that. Now it's just like, oh, there's this cool like event happening downtown. There's like a party. Why don't we go?
I think that's why we get along
Whatever.
so well because
Yeah.
we feed off of each other's and like on that level we're both very like spontaneous. I remember when we were first like getting to know each other in uni, we would always go like, let's go do some exploring. Let's go climb this like abandoned
Rooftop,
building.
go anything.
Let's go downtown and see what we can find. Let's go get food. And then usually the day always ends up being something we didn't expect. We'd always be doing something fun and we're like, whoa, I can't believe we just discovered that together.
Yeah.
You know, that's the energy I want in like somebody I'm dating, like 100%. Because if I already want that in my friends, I need the partner to be even more, you know?
Totally. It doesn't even have to be something crazy. It could be something as simple as you pick me up
Yeah.
and you should start driving and I'm like, where are we going? And you just say it's a surprise, but it's not dinner or anything. We just start driving up the coast or
Oh,
something.
you like surprises.
Kinda. Not really, but more so like they just start driving down like the coastline at night.
Yeah.
And then they pull up by like a little outlook in the middle of
that's
like the
such a
forest or
vibe.
something.
That's such a fucking
And they have like a
vibe.
little picnic or something in the back. You can just eat under the moonlight. Like that's dinner.
Yeah.
That's dinner, but it's not like a sit down. Like it's not a tradition. You know what I
It's
mean?
so annoying that like you get it 100% because that's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But it's weirdly enough that's kind of rare. I realize not everyone is like that
It's rare and it's also
rare.
just
because like the people I've met in my life, I think maybe like 2% of people are like that.
you get 2%. I get 0.0001%.
Like some people I've met, like whether it's dating or friendship, they would match like 60-70% of that, but not fully. You match it fully, but not fully actually. I'm sorry. You match like 90%.
Okay.
Because you don't like to go outdoors. If I say,
No,
let's
listen.
go, like skydiving, or let's go to this, like to go hike a waterfall, you would probably be like, I'd rather stay indoor.
Okay, skydiving is a yes, hiking is a no.
You know,
because
you
of
don't
the sun.
you don't match that hard.
Because the sun.
So yeah, I don't.
That's why my example took place at night because I like
I'm
night.
also down for night activities, but I need it to be in the day. Like I need a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about the both of us too is we like yap so much, but we don't like finish the topic. We just yap about food, and then we yap about that, and then that, and like there's no sequence to it. We just go all crazy. So that's why editing was kind of difficult. We would be editing, and all of a sudden I think, wait, we didn't have a closing thought to that. I just asked you a question. You straight up did not answer the question. Went on with your babble, and we never went back to my
Right.
question. And do I cut that out? Do we leave it in? Why was that kind of chaotic? You know what I mean?
Am I normal?
Is this how
I ask
podcasts-
myself that question all the time when I edit. I'm like, is this
Is
how
this
normal
something
people act?
deal with? Like, do podcasters out there, do they deal with that? Or is this just a uniquely us problem?
If it is, and this is like a universal like content creator
hope it is.
experience,
I
I hope it is too. More power to you guys. I respect y'all's work.
This is a work.
I get it. I get why editing takes like 40 hours and all that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. And they don't see the backside of that. They don't see like the editing
Yeah.
room process and all that. The many cups of coffee you take
But
to
it's
stay
fun.
awake.
I like editing.
I love editing. It's fun.
I think it's interesting that we're able to look back at a footage of ourselves talking and like perceive ourselves.
Like third person.
That's very new. I feel like I've entered a new dimension doing that because I don't realize how I am like to other people.
It's like eye-opening, but
is
hopefully
eye-opening.
y'all notice our episodes get better and better as we figure this whole podcast thing out. But we're having fun doing it, and we're learning a lot. So
We're
and
learning
we
a
enjoy
lot.
it.
We're really learning a lot. I think we should wrap it up.
I loved it. I
No,
had
I think
fun.
this is good. I think you guys got to know us a little bit better. I hope I don't know.
I hope I didn't scare anyone away.
Tune in again next week on Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, baby. Every Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Bye, y'all.